when I was just a tiny little soul seed existing somewhere out there in the vast expanse that cannot be explained. I had some meetings with some people, and they weren't even really people, they were beyond that for sure. I suppose you could imagine them as such, just to keep the context, relatable. So we had our meetings, we had discussions, we signed a contract, and this little soul seed was shot dramatically down into the womb of a woman. One snowy night in the winter, during a blizzard, passion overcoming her, perhaps. I can't speak to those details. It's not my place to do so. Silently, on some level, though, I was slipped into the sleeve of flesh that would become this now, today, talking to you. And it's all very obscure and interesting, but mundane at the same time. It never is allowed to take the path of anything other than everything, which sounds confusing and definitely expresses itself as such in my reality. So these people join themselves body to body, fluid to fluid, creating a byproduct in which became this person who sees these things but knows not those people. And you think further and further about it, the less and less you know, the less and less you understand, the more and more you wish to comprehend. There's plenty of room for these. There's plenty of room for, suspect feeling, perhaps. So what happened? This isn't normal. I don't think this is normal. It certainly doesn't seem to be normal. I mean, people are not having these conversations. They're not sitting together commonly and asking the who's, what's, why's, and where's of even the most rudimentary basics of their existence. A few people are able to recount stories that they've heard over and over and over again, and then you wonder if those are the biggest lies being told. The people who don't want to share don't. They might not be lying about anything, they just don't share anything. So the truth is hidden. It might seem weird to find some sort of happiness or joy in finding out that you were the byproduct of your parents having sex in the living room of your grandparents' house wherein you live currently. The world isn't a joke on so many levels. It never ceases to amaze me in the oddest spots, even though I should expect it by now. I feel like I wanted to be poetic or have something profound to say, and I don't. I really don't, I guess. We are moving forward toward, the new year, and I'm pretty sure that this interaction that created me happened somewhere January, like December, January time. I'm a September baby. And there was a pretty big blizzard in 79 in December, I think it was 21st, 1979, that I feel like that was probably the night of conception. So maybe I should look deeper, I don't know. I think we should all try and find the joke that we exist within. The biggest inside joke that you can ever be a part of is the one that includes you, right? And that's fun. That's a fun little treasure hunt, I think. So how did you come about? What is the circumstance of your beingness? This can go down roads that are less than ideal and not something you really want to laugh about. I've met more than one person who was born as a byproduct of rape, which is crazy, right? Because, abortion is so available and common these days that one of the justifications for termination is often led back to what about, if you're raped, and what is a baby born out of rape and all this stuff. I've met more than one person who was a byproduct of rape. I'm not going to say that they have less problems than a person who grows up in a conventional family. I'm definitely not going to say that, but I didn't feel like they were bad people or anything. So, the depth of the human character or individual it's not for me to judge, that's for sure. But I felt like the these situations were different. In one situation, I also knew the mother. So she was raped and had her son, and I knew her, and her belief system didn't allow for her to have a termination, nor was it as readily available back when that happened. And her son had a lot of problems with the law and authority. So, how much is that related? Could that be avoided? This stuff happened when she was like 16 or 17. Not totally aware of the world in a lot of ways at that age. Then the other person that I had met who was a product of rape, his mother actually ended up killing herself. And he also had problems with authority and the law, and was in jail or juvenile hall or something when his mom killed herself, and they didn't even let him out of detention to go to her funeral. To escalate matters there on that situation, it's just like, okay, what are we dealing with here? what is the full scope and level that it is creating the elements in this story. She killed herself in her wedding dress, committed suicide in her wedding dress. And I think to up the ante in both of these situations, the women, or they were girls at the time, were virgins. So children born out of rape to virgins who are, I mean, they're children themselves. Like, alright, so then free will. Obviously, free will is something that we all have. So exciting. The free will of these women in similar but different circumstances, I will say that even in the difference in these situations, the one woman was white and one woman was